Exceptional work ethic is the bridge between your dreams and your achievements. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Leaders Realm podcast. I'm your host, Tony Camerata. Here in the Leaders Realm, we're building a team of titans, all while activating a beast mode mindset. We're building a mental toughness, and we're becoming stronger in our faith, our belief in ourselves, and we're building leaders for tomorrow. In last week's episode, we took a closer look at unwavering determination. That was the second characteristic in activating a beast mode mindset. This week, I want to explore exceptional work ethic, the bridge between your dreams and your achievements. So let me start by asking you guys a question. When was the last time you evaluated your work ethic? And just really looked at it and evaluated it honestly. Have you done that lately? Are you happy with the results? I hear so many times, I work so hard, I barely have any time to enjoy life. Well, can I tell you there's a huge difference between working hard and having an exceptional work ethic? What's the difference, you ask? Well, sit back, grab your coffee, and let's find out. So many of us get wrapped up in I start work at this time and I end at this time. So we spend most of the day, believe it or not, focusing on how many hours we have left in the day. What are you doing for the weekend? What are you doing tonight? Fact is, most dread work, and they just do the bare minimum to get by. I call this the at least attitude. Well, at least I got this done, or at least I got that much done. You don't believe me? Just take a look at social media. Look at the Monday memes, the Wednesday hump day. Oh, and how about the woohoo, it's Friday? And yet we have all these debates about our 40-hour work weeks, how people will become more productive if they have, just a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week. But guess what? Most people, they wouldn't be more productive even if they had 80 hours in a week. They don't have an exceptional work ethic. They have the at least attitude. And an example of that is I was out to dinner a couple of weeks ago with some family, and we go to this restaurant. There were several tables available. It's one of the finer restaurants in the area, and they said it'd be 20 minutes for a table. We said no problem. We'll sit and we'll wait. Well, literally, they were going to seat us at a table at the front door of the restaurant. I don't particularly care for that, so I asked the young lady. I said, "Do you have another table? We don't mind waiting." And she looks at me and says, "Well, why? Is there a problem with this?" Not that that was so much of an issue, but the issue is that's a perfect example of, well, at least I'm here and at least I'm giving you a table. So don't complain and just take what I give you. Now, we could probably share dozens of stories back and forth about that. And we're just plagued today with the at least attitude. At least I physically showed up, and at least I'll take up space until that bell rings for me to leave. So, my hopes, guys, in this episode is that together we can gain a greater understanding and define what an exceptional work ethic is and why it's an important characteristic in activating a beast mode mindset. So let's start out by defining what an exceptional work ethic is. When we peel back all the layers at its core, exceptional work ethic is the attitude you bring to your responsibilities, the mindset. This goes way beyond the average commitment levels others bring. It's characterized by consistency, responsibility, initiative, and reliability. Exceptional work ethic is the glue that holds these together. It's a part of the foundational characteristics of activating a beast mode mindset. Let's break these down into a little bit more detail. Consistency is the ability to maintain a steady level of effort and dedication. It involves adhering to the same principles, the same methods, and the same standards in all situations. ensuring a uniform and predictable result. It's regularly performing actions without significant deviation. So everything is the same within a slight variation one way or the other. It proves for a stable and predictable pattern that builds trust. So think about this. At work, meeting deadlines, delivering high quality, builds a reputation for reliability and professionalism. You'll get tapped for more projects because they know that you're reliable. When we exercise, if we follow a consistent routine, whether that's daily, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, mornings, afternoons, if we follow it consistent enough, it leads to a gradual improvement of health and strength. Consistency is critical for success. It builds the trust, it enhances our skills, and it creates discipline. It's a vital trait that leads to success in all areas of our lives. Next up is responsibility. Responsibility is a state of quality of being. When you accept responsibility, you empower yourself, you control your actions. It involves recognizing and accepting the duties, the tasks, obligations that are assigned to you, and ensuring that they're completed reliably and ethically. Responsibility also encompasses being accountable for the outcomes of your actions, whether they're positive or negative. It's okay. Taking ownership of both the successes and the mistakes. Servant leaders who stand by their teams and will stand behind their performance, whether it's good, bad, ugly, exemplify this trait. Positional leaders, however, they all struggle with this. So, as a side note, I'm going to be dedicating an entire future episode on servant leadership. You don't want to miss it. So, unfortunately, we're living in a time where the definition of responsibility is being rewritten. This is a sad state of affairs for us. It's time for us to take a close look at ourselves and stop pointing the finger at others. Stop making excuses and take ownership of our actions. Find an accountability partner, one that will keep you in check at all times. One of my favorite Bible verses comes from Proverbs. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. It's so important, guys, to have somebody that you trust, that trusts you, and feels comfortable enough to say, hey, you know what? You're stepping out of line. That's a true friend. That's a true accountability partner. Let's discuss the next one, which is initiative. Initiative is about being proactive. Instead of waiting to be told to do something, step up to the plate and do it. Learn how to assess the situation, take the necessary action without waiting for someone else. And I know that this takes a tremendous amount of self-confidence, self-control, but that's why we're here, guys. We're listening, we're discussing all the things that it takes to activate that beast mode mindset. What if Steve Jobs, think about it, what if Steve Jobs would have waited for the consumer to say, hey, we need an iPhone? Where would we be? Instead, he anticipated the need, and the rest is history. Let go of what's holding you back. Cut the anchor lines and get out of your own head. I'm going to say that again. Let go of what's holding you back. Cut the anchor lines and get out of your own head. As I write content and share it with you, guys, please understand, I need this just as much as you do. I'm not a master, nor am I immune to this. I have plenty of anchors, and believe me, most of the time, I get lost in the web of lies between my ears. And I'm telling you, it takes a lot of work. But I want you to know that I'm going to continue week after week to give you my all. Let's move on to reliability. Reliability is a quality of being trustworthy, consistent, dependable, fulfilling obligations, and meeting commitments. It involves demonstrating a consistent level of performance over time and being counted on to deliver the results as promised. That comes into play where you under-promise and over-deliver as often as you possibly can. Reliability is characterized by a strong sense of responsibility, punctuality, a consistency in one's actions and behaviors. Now, Punctuality happens to be one of my personal pet peeves. When you set a time to see someone, be there on time. Now, myself, I live by a code. I've used this probably most of my adult life. And that code's real simple. 5 minutes early is late. Again, 5 minutes early is late. I don't buy into this notion that it's acceptable to be fashionably late. Save that for your dinner parties. Many times I hear, well, times have changed and that's just the way it is. No, that's unacceptable, period. 5 minutes early is late, guys. When you're late to a meeting, you're already out of integrity. You've told that person that you're not reliable, you're not accountable, and therefore, guess what? You're not trustworthy. And if you're in sales, you already blew it. And yes, it works both ways. If a prospect sets an appointment with me, I fully accept that they'll be respectful of my time as it's as valuable as theirs. Now, I'm not a complete jerk about this. I'll give them a little grace, 15 minutes tops. And that's only because I know that things do come up. Especially I spend most of my time in my career in the B2B setting. They own businesses. Things come up with employees, whatever the case may be. I get it. But when it comes to me being on time, there's no grace. I will be there 5 minutes early or I'm late. Developing an exceptional work ethic does not happen overnight. It takes a deliberate effort. So I spent some time, I dug up some steps and strategies that's going to help us with this. Number one, and this pops up week after week, guys, set clear goals. Know what it is that you want. We have to identify our why. That why that burns deep inside us that we can't live without, just like the air we breathe. Create a routine. Establish daily habits that you're comfortable with. Habits that give support to your goals. Remember, consistency is built through a routine. Don't make it a boring routine, but the same consistent routine on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Prioritize your tasks. I talked about this in episode 2. Remember to compartmentalize and prioritize. We've got our chest of drawers. We've got our tasks in each one of those drawers. The time is set aside for those tasks. And within that, we've got a priority of what we're going to tackle first. Seek feedback. This is where an accountability partner is valuable. Ask others. Ask for areas that you can improve in. And don't take it personal when you ask and they tell you. So many times people say, well, what do you think about this? And when you tell them the truth, they get all bent out of shape. Get over it. Help each other out. Prop each other up. As iron sharpens iron. Stay motivated. Find ways to keep yourself inspired. Whether that's reading scripture, listening to podcasts, set your micro goals so you can celebrate the small victories. The small victories will keep you motivated to get to the next one and the next one until you achieve your goal. Daily affirmations. During your meditation time, remember your why. Visualize it, feel it, taste it, touch it, wear it if it's clothing, drive it if it's a car. Remind yourself that you can do anything that you put your mind to. And remember, there's nothing worth doing that comes without a set of challenges. So I'm going to task you with, when it happens, and it will, embrace your failures. Use them to learn. Use them as fuel. Each failure puts you one step closer to your victory. Learn how to manage your stress. Practice mindfulness. Take a walk, a run, exercise, take breaks, rest your mind, rest your body, eat well. Seek support. Surround yourself with lions and not sheep. Only like-minded, successful, and driven people who have activated a beast mode mindset. Those are the people you want to spend your time with. Everyone else will drag you down, I promise. An exceptional work ethic is a powerful force that will transform your life. So as I wrap up today, I encourage you, reflect on your current and past work ethic, guys. How does it compare to what we discussed today? What areas can you improve in? What steps can you take from today's episode to help you move one step closer to achieving an exceptional work ethic? Guys, thank you again for joining me in the Leader's Realm. You really are taking the necessary steps to activate a beast mode mindset, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so proud of you, and I hope to be able to continue to deliver this content week after week. The episodes will grow longer as time goes on. We'll get in depth with more details. We'll talk about leadership, sales, personal growth. We'll start interviewing some people that have been successful in these areas in hopes that it just helps us build a better tomorrow and a better team of Titans and a new wave of leaders. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you would, please take a minute to leave a review. Tune in next week, guys. We're going to discuss mental toughness, one of my favorites. It's the fourth characteristic to activating a beast mode mindset. Until next week, this is Tony Camerata, and remember, stay fast, stay fluid, and stay flexible. Be the absolute best that you can be.